Hi guys, this is Simeon from Swedish Homestead. Guess where I'm laying here? I'm right in our orchard. And what you see here is garlic. We have been growing garlic for the past 3 years. This is our 4th year, I believe. And last year and this year we planted this garlic into our orchard. And you think, well, these are wood chips. Yes, they are. And initially we put them down 40 centimeters deep, and they have composted, and now they are maybe 5, 6, 7 centimeters deep only. But I want to share with you guys what's so absolutely incredible about this. So a whole bunch of our garlic is planted in the garden area, but here in the orchard there are also, this is probably a couple thousand garlic plants at least. And the absolutely incredible part about this is that there are 2 days of work for this garlic harvest. And last year they were quite big. We had a drought, but we didn't water at all. But this organic matter really kept that all in the ground. So there are 2 days of work for this. The day we plant and the day we harvest. And then of course you have to dry them and get them ready and stuff, but they are very clean when they come out of here because of the organic matter. Now why is this? Well, we put this thick layer of wood chips on here initially. It killed off all the weeds, and up here on top are raw wood chips where weeds don't really grow. But underneath, I'm going to show this to you guys in a second, we have this soft and moist compost. And we just plant these, and we don't have to water, we don't have to weed, we don't have to do anything. And you see how nicely they're growing right now. And onion or garlic or green onion or leeks or something like that, they are all quite sensitive to weeds because they don't have big leaves that shade the ground. So you get a lot of weeds growing up. But here, that has not been an issue. So if you have time and you don't want to garden this year, you cover your garden area with a foot and a half deep of wood chips, and 3 years after, if you use the right wood chips, meaning with leaves and green in it and small branches, you can plant in it and you will have the most fantastic garden and no weeds pretty much. So this is absolutely amazing. In our real garden area, we don't use raw wood chips anymore. We just layer with composted material, just because until the wood chips have broken down, they are not as good for the soil. And you also work with tiny seeds in the garden, which is hard with the seeder or something to drive through these things. But this is just really, really nice. Now these wood chips dry off amazingly quick when after rain. They also warm up very quick when the sun comes out. And then when you have a lot of temperature fluctuation, like cold, hot, this insulates the ground and it evens that out a bit. So in the fall, there's always this time where you should plant, not too late, not too early, the garlic. And if it then gets too warm again and you're worried that the garlic will start to grow up before the ice and snow, well, this kind of regulates that a little bit. I love garlic plants, and I love how they come up so early in the spring when nothing else is growing. And you see how fairly close we have planted them together, and these get very big. Our garlics, because there's so much water here in the ground, they get very, very big. But this material is so soft that the plant can just push it away, and it doesn't affect the size of the garlic in that sense. Now let me show you here the compost. So you have the raw wood chips on top, and then as soon as you dig in here, you see how they have started to break down. Now here where I'm digging, we actually added more raw wood chips just a couple years ago. Let me go to one of the original spots here. So here you see it. Look at this. Just how amazing this material is. We haven't disturbed the ground. Now this is already the original soil here. This used to be over a foot deep, and this is the original soil. Now here, I can just put my finger straight in there. That's how soft it is and how moist it is. And that's what the garlic is growing in right now. So I'm really looking forward to this harvest. We could have put some additional manure on here, especially since we grew garlic at the same spot last year. But I'm just curious to see how good this is without even adding any manure. We've never added manure to this, just covered with wood chips 3 to 4 years ago. Now here you can see the garlic in our garden where I'm making the garden beds. You can just see how it's growing here as well. We planted these rows last fall. You guys remember that maybe. You can check out that video if you haven't seen that. But I hadn't planned on making these kind of garden beds last fall. So they kind of turned out everywhere, sometimes even on the walkways over there. So I'll have to take care of that. But you see, otherwise the rhubarb is starting to grow. And then here you have some chives that are starting to grow, and some other onion-like plants there. But that's what's growing so far in our garden. It's still very cold. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video to see a little bit of what's happening in the garden right now. This morning we did a live stream as a test to see how that works, and that's something we'll do in the future again. I'll probably announce the live stream ahead of time so you guys can join me live. It was a lot of fun, and yeah, that's really a neat feature, that if the mobile network for the phones is good enough, we can stream some stuff live. Gives you a different experience, and even more the feeling that you might be here and tagging along. So thanks for watching today. Hope you found this interesting. I just love the no-dig garden approach because if done right, and we have done it wrong a lot, let me tell you that, but if done right, it really saves you time. No weeding and watering and all of that. So thanks for watching. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.